Hey guys, this is Albedo. This is Albedo chapter volume 1 of the manga. So basically we have the writing in Japanese. So basically Albedo's in a straitjacket with the geas and the bizarre necklace, beanie, ponytail, and orange jeans, orange pants, purple shoes, and he's wearing something like C2 from Code Geass. We see on the crystal and the square thing that he puts in the Omniverse Omnitrix to become an Omniverse Ultimatrix. We have this hoverboard, Vilgax armor, Vilgax symbol from the Antitrix, what he wore in Ultimate Alien. Then we see they're all, most of these are supposed to be in white. So we have Omnitrix, Alien Force Omnitrix, Ultimatrix, Omniverse Ultimatrix, Omniverse Ultimatrix, Antitrix, Transmitter, and then we have the Ultimatrix that he's gonna wear throughout the series. Then we have the his beanie. We have the Gelvin buildings that the Azimuth works about, and then there we have the Death Eraser, the Life Note, the Death Note, all the Death Axes. We have version 1, version 2, and version 3. He says hi everyone, and separately. So then there's Albedo in Japanese, and then we have at 2021. Then we have the writing arrow, like red arrow from Young Justice, and then we have the L from Death Note. Button eyes from Coraline for the B. Now for the ABC, it's Yellow Maze with the Geass with Mal's hair. Mellow, because Mal took inspiration from Mellow, because Code Geass took a heavy amount of inspiration from Death Note, as far as I know. And we have the Ryuk earring and Ryuk's crazy hair. We have the D for Death Note, and then we have the O that resembles like the both Ultimatrixes. Then we have the -10, and then we have then we just have this. Oh, so that looks alright. Then we just have have them there. So basically, what Albedo is going to wear is he's going to wear this. You see the Omniverse jackets on the let's just say, it's the Omniverse jacket is just like is just basically it's basically red, but it's basically, the Omniverse jacket, like say Ben's jacket, Omniverse jacket, but it's red with black 10, sort of like this is what I mean. And then he's still gonna wear the Omniverse t-shirt, and the other side's gonna be the original Alien Force Ultimate Alien thing. Then we just have we still have the writing volume 1 Shonen Jump, the creator, that is me. We have a shot of his watch, because he's gonna be like half green, because he's gonna need it. He has to build up a crew. Then we read like this. That's the logo, w.shonenjump.com. And then we have the whole story. Well, not the whole story, just the plot of the story. And now let's get into the story. So basically, he's just in prison, and then Trunks decides to accuse Azimuth, and then he just see that Ben still has the Omniverse Ultimatrix right here, and the Omniverse Omnitrix right there, which looks really nice. This takes place literally after Omniverse, which is nice. And then it's gonna be like 1 season, 10 episodes. Then I'm gonna do a movie, which will be nice. I might do a season 2, but I need a lot of support, kind of like Infinity Train, because if I don't get enough support, then I might have to end the manga there. And then they have their new ship, which doesn't look that bad. Then there's the I changed then later on. Yeah, there's a sword there, but then later on it's just in future sketches it's now a Joker smile, and then they're hunted by Orange Rocket 25, a reference to Orange Boy known as Jeremiah Gutroll from Code Geass. Sorry about that. So this is watch, it starts off as red, and then the symbol's gonna be green for a while. Like at times it'll be red or green, and then of course he becomes Ultimate Amphibian. That's what it'll be, black with the green. I took inspiration from 2 images of Ultimate Amphibian, because basically I mixed 2 sketches into one, like a fusion. Trunks, then he must have the you see, he must have this because these 2 things, because if he doesn't, he's gonna lose control of his watch, because he still has the ability to turn to aliens without a watch, because I find that's really good for Albedo's character, and of course, he might not be able to control it, which is nice. And then the whole Lindell Taylor thing happens, and then it says I am Alpha, I am L, and then Albedo agrees to against this war against him, kind of like Kira. Then we have a Mesa Amane reference. This is Room Final Space reference. Apple, like the company Apple throws carpet. Video game consoles. We even have a VR, playing with VR. And then we also just have like like the Lord Commander from Final Space also. He's got the L camera. And then they go to Robotropolis or Little Planet from Sonic. The video game. I do like how I sculpted this city, and then they go to this new store so they get a new bike. Well, technically it's kind of like a Ready Player One where you take the bike out of your thing and then it just grows huge. And so they go to Rocket Ball for entertainment and to find some new recruits. And then of course Albedo, they find an arcade game station. We have there's a lot of references that there's like Megamind and just all kinds of references. Pac-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Claw Machine, Kick-Ass, Donkey Kong. Like it took a long time to do this. There's a light. There's Lindell Taylor, Wreck-It Ralph, 4Kids vs Funimation, a Superman logo. We have dubs and subs loved, a punch sign, Goku and Ultimate Ben. We have in there we see an ultimate symbol. We see a happy sign from Watchmen. We see an Naruto headband, a Sonic plush toy, a claw machine of its own. And if you want to look closer, you have the watches that the Zero or Kira mask from Death Note or Code Geass, because Kira's is red, Zero's is blue. Then we see Rocket Ball. This is Harley from this is Harley from Astro Boy. And yeah, they keep swearing, and then Metal Sonic gets Metal. They choose Metal Sonic to join, so there's Maltesers and smoothies that they're drinking. I'll bet Trunks has an idea, so they recruit Metal Sonic because Metal Sonic doesn't get that much good treatment because mostly he's getting bad treatment because and they would like to fix that. So then the next chapter, he turns into. I'm not really good with hand drawing, but it's getting better. So, Death Note reference, he's turning into a Lodestar. I'm just doing like a recap because he's starting to mature and saying that he basically has to fight in order to get out with Albedo. So we have a red symbol and a green symbol. So basically, this is his gear that he's gonna have to keep. He's gonna take it with him after. These are his skating shoes. I like how we have the things on him. Yeah. It's not in complete color, but we just you see only like a character, an energy, an object, or even a background can be in color. Like and then like the Omnitrix, it just merges onto him and then creates like this thing in Terra's suit and Aftershock in Teen Titans. And then chapter 6 he goes up against Metal 7. So basically, they both immediately turns into Accelerate, and then they just fight one another. So I use the Albedo. So basically, Trunks and Metal are witnessing Metal Sonic versus there's Metal Sonic, Metal 7, half grey lead, half black. Then there's orange. You see, he's got yellow eyes. You see, it's a concept design for me. And then he shoots out some mind control sunglasses, and then become on all the players, and then becomes a giant robot, and then of course Ultimate. Then we get Ultimate Accelerate, and then immediately kills him, and then stores his head in the jar, and then as a trophy jar, then destroys his whole body, and then they recruit Metal. Metal gets his own room, and then they say goodbye to Harley and his gang. And then they leave, and then they're still finding recruits, desperate for recruits like the CCG from Tokyo Ghoul. They go to this abandoned plumbers station. Now that's just a junkyard. Well, technically not really a junkyard, just like there's a cafeteria. There's basically 700 written there in Japanese, and there's a walkway with Zero and Light, or Kira and Zero. Like Lelouch and Light, Kira and Zero, and then they go, and then people are still working there, and they agree with finding this new recruit. You see it's like they have recruits here. Like it's a place where you find recruits, and it's also a place where they have a lot of It's basically like a handy place, like a checkpoint place, like or this is like a hero's hotel, I guess, or motel. Like you can get some stuff here, or like hero space camp thing, or you can just get to see. Then they have, of course, we see a graffiti. No, we see then we see a lunch area. On the lunch table, we see Tara, who's joining them. Oh, I've been coughing all morning. I've got hay fever. And then we see some graffitied android robots. And then we see the Joker's dead. We see Bizarro, and then we just see 131. Then we have Tara, who's gonna, in volume 2, I'm gonna discuss how she's back. And then she's still wearing the suit. Now she possesses a Sinestro core ring, because some of her personality resembles to fear, so she can use fear on bad guys, which is nice. So now, and they recruit her too. She still has her superpowers, and then in the next few chapters, then of course they run into the main villain, Superior Bio. Then Albedo immediately turns into Chroma Stone, because one eye is red, one eye is green, and becomes Ultimate Chroma Stone, and then of course he burns off all of Bio, he's main villain of the first 2 volumes, so burns off his hair, and you see it's green and red at first, but then it's all red later on, so it's being tossed around by Metal and Albedo, and then as you see it's both red and green, and then it just goes all red, and so does Yos Canceller, so that can cancel out transformations, and it helps him heal his robot arm. And then, of course, he unlocks his gear, so he can copy other people's superpowers, like Albedo's, and then as Chroma Stone blasts a hole, he saves Metal Sonic, and then says an ultimate blocks the whole thing, after he escapes. But good news, Terra has a white ring now. She's got 2 rings, and this is a delivery error with and then he finally pieces up all the recipes, like all the upgrades that he's gonna need for the Vessel's Matrix. You know, a couple weeks ago, a month, I posted what it would look like, and I printed one of my own. So they say let's get in, and then of course Tara also has a Miss Amane poster. She's able to take off the suit now, because or they use a malware melting thing, like that's what happened to Rick's Proto Tools, so they have a Squirtle and Pikachu, and then she has a moon carpet, and then it still has goggles, and then they decide to leave, and in 10 hours time they go to the planet Takaji, and then of course while they're kind of like the city in iRobot, and so they go to this place, and then they go to this place to collect the bounty, and they can either, and they get $25 million reward, but then there's this reward where basically you could you see Match is it's Match, or should I say Bizarro, Match from Young Justice. So you can either kill him and get $111 million, or redeem him, you get $120 million, because and he says it's a piece of cake, since he only needs Bizarro left for his team to complete his team. Then he finds out that he's on the moon, and then turns into Ghost Freak, and of course Ghost Freak manages to get past all security. We find a sus graffiti for Superman and Kryptonite, and then we see him frozen in stasis. And then of course Alberto frees Match, and who calls himself Bizarro now, because if you've read the Young Justice comic books, you know what happens to you would know what happened to Match. And then Match decides to join him, and then Match has nothing left, but then Albedo decides to recruit him, and then Albedo turns into Armadillo, or Armadillo. Just kidding. So then and then just drills out, and then fuck, the superior bio is back. And of course they have to use a shield to protect themselves, and of course you have to go ultimate driller, and then you have to drill out all the bad guys, and you say it again. Since now I've been starting to do some images there, like stuff that's going to be relevant to the series. So we're just doing then we have a Gias now, because Gias is now relevant, because now we see Bio he's working for Alpha, so he has his Gias now, and he's looking for some ultimate crystals. Yes, and of course he decides to slice up the box, and then finds them all until he turns the whole box into a suitcase to contain all of them. Yeah, and turns into some sort of like suitcase, still a box but more modernized suitcase, like with Voltron and Gias, until Ultimate Driller decides to prevent him from using an ultimate crystal for obvious reasons, because he'll grow powerful. Then Albedo has a Batarang that has the Gias and Kira symbols, like the Kira writing from Death Note and Gias from Code Geass. And of course, he's drilling into the Gias, or possibly, yeah, he's drilling into the Gias and also the Gios cancel, I guess. And then there's still one crystal left for some reason, and then all of a sudden, Superior Bio uses the crystal and decides to give it an ultimate Gias. And what this Gias does is that so we know what its limitations, because it has to refresh all the time. But basically now there's ultimate, all of its flaws are stripped away, and now he can use it at will and would not have to. There's a yellow in the center. You see the Gias is spiked up with a lot of other colored dots in there. Then we have orange shouting guns, which is really nice, and purple spikes. And yeah, the Gias is now uncontrollable. And that's and of course it can also have more powers, more than one of the powers, which is really good and impressive. And of course now he's super powerful now, and he tries to kick Albedo away, and then he just goes and then just discusses his power, that it can increase to the highest level, kind of like the Dark Ball from Pokemon Forever. And then he releases a Ghost Freak Shadow Ball from Pokemon that looks like a Rasengan. And then of course Albedo goes for an anime transformation into Fast Track, and then he decides to run fast in a circle when Superior Bio is in the center, and then when he's about to fall, he uses Rocket Boots, and then Gios cancels Albedo's transformation and kicks him the second time until Metal Sonic has to crush the Gias canceller that Superior Bio has, and the glitching happens. And of course, basically, yeah, the Gios cancel is slowly healing. And then in chapter 14, Albedo turns into two aliens. Like he already turns into Echo off screen, like fastly, and then all quickly, and then and one of the Echo Echoes turns back into Albedo, and possibly he just turns into Wildvine. Like, I love that how this is how it's transforming here. And of course here looks really nice. And of course how he just becomes Wildvine and Echo Echo. So there's 10 aliens in this volume. Basically, then we see an increased bio where we see some planets, and of course he's got his orange. He's got all 10 aliens, and then of course and all 10 aliens from chapter 1 all the way to chapter 15. So basically they're fighting one another, and of course they retrieve they break some parts of bio off, and of course they take the suitcase back, and of course they're able to stop a chromostone shadow ball Rasengan, because basically the monk basically they're really outmatched together. This is like their power limits and all, and then of course it's not just some drawings, it tells a story. And then of course he drills onto Superior Bio, and then Bio uses Water Hazard, an alien that Albedo didn't turn into yet. And then of course this is basically homemade manga, and then he just he mocks both Metal Sonic and Albedo, and Albedo is outraged and decides to crack the ultimate gear somehow. Somehow he's able to crack it with Echo combined with Wildvine, and we see what's inside. We see some electrical. We see the green electrical stuff like with orange ultimate shutting guns, and of course we see the technological like pattern, and then he goes ultimate Wildvine and ultimate Echo, and of course you know what he does? He beats the crap out of Superior Bar, kind of like what happens to Mao in Code Geass, M-A-O from Code Geass, Mao with the mind reading Geass, the ultimate Echo there, half red, half green. And now Ben also has you see Ben only shows up in chapter 1 and might show up in volume 2, I guess. And I would like a team up to happen. You see multipliers more and more, and then of course, Superior Bio is by the remaining robots actually retrieve his dying body, and of course Albedo's like, yeah, you better run, and of course XP. He escapes while Albedo gets a crystal like usual, and then he leaves, and then everyone goes to sleep, and because it's bedtime, and then we also open we finally get the hoodie off of Alpha, and then of course we know that Bio is still in stasis, which is really nice. And then of course we just end there with a ship, and of course with more detail, and now that they're focusing more on Albedo, and we just get end of volume 1. This is just art for the series, and like he's just falling into this weird void of caution where these are just some objects around him, and that was all of volume 1. And we also get the this is the Albedo cover of the manga that I'm doing. So basically you have to this is for basically the couple volumes in the far future. So this is going to contain a couple volumes, like maybe 4 volumes or 6 volumes. But the point is, this is going to be good. This is going to be some of the best mangas that I'm going to do, because basically it tells the same thing, and it's really nice. It's just really good for storytelling. And you see how we have I just found on my own, this is what the Ultimate is going to look like, and then there's a 10, there's everything, and which is really nice. And we have this nice fan art of Albedo with his own watch, and of course we have the Omniverse Ultimatrix. No, it's not Omniverse, it's minus 10 Ultimatrix, and then it can turn green occasionally, and this is what it looks like with where it goes fully ultimate. And it was made by me, and as always, very social. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment.